Hello viewers, first of all let me thank you all for viewing, liking, sharing and subscribing my channel, your Derailment Guide। आज मैं एक बड़ी कॉमन डिरेलमेंट के बारे ये वीडियो लेके हाजिर हूँ। अक्सर देखा गया है कुछ केसेस में जब बैलास्ट अनलोडिंग करने जाते हैं तो एक आधी गाड़ी गिर जाती है। उसका रीज़न ये रहता है कि एक या दो फ्लैप उसके नहीं खुलते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ गियर प्रॉब्लम एंड उसमें कुछ क्वांटिटी ऑफ बैलास्ट एज ए रेजिड्यूअल बच जाती है एंड खुदा न खास्ता अगर वो गाड़ी कहीं गिर गई तो very easily the PRIMA FACIE is given on uneven loading of wagon. Without going into the details of the derailment analysis or other measurements of the Bobyn or the hopper. Recently there had been a derailment and while the measurements were being taken I was just given a call by the SACE एंड एज यूजुअल ये मेजरमेंट नहीं मिलेगी, वो नहीं होगा, ये नहीं होगा। लाइकवाइज जैसे होता है ड्रिलमेंट्स में नॉर्मल में, तो मैंने उनको कहा कि भाई आप ऐसा करो, आप स्प्रिंग्स पहले चेक करो, गेट द वैगन अनलोडेड फुल्ली, प्लेस इट ऑन अ लेवल ट्रैक, फेयरली लेवल, और आप ये देखो कि कोई अगर स्प्रिंग उसमें इनर स्प्रिंग जो होते हैं वो हिलता है कि नहीं हिलता है। Hilta in the sense means just finger that spring and you will find the looseness, or you can take help of a rod or something like that and just check। और जैसे चेक किया we got it, तो उसमें डेड स्प्रिंग वगैरह लगे बिकॉज वो बड़ी बुरी तरह रटल कर रहा था वो स्प्रिंग। Then I told him make a video or note down the number of the wagon। And second most important thing is कि जब भी कैसनप की डिरेलमेंट होती है उस टाइम में वी नीड टू हैव अ रिकॉर्ड ऑफ द टाइप ऑफ ट्रॉली। देयर आर 6-7 टाइप्स ऑफ कैसनप ट्रॉली, जैसे कैसनप 22W, 22WM, 22WO।
This PPT is on a case study of a recent Bobyn hopper derailment. This is the pictorial view after derailment of these two Bobyn hoppers. This is another view of the derailed wagon. The wagons were traveling on this path of emergency crossover and passing via this curved track, it derailed over here. This shows the partial available ballast left over in the hopper. This is again another view of the small quantity of ballast which had been left over and could not be unloaded as the flap doors over this region were not opening properly. The tear weight is around 25.3 ton and the CC is 66.3, so totaling 91.6 ton. The axle load comes to 22.9 tons. So this is the view of the springs under tear. See how they are rattling and how they are loose under tear weight. So this is one of the methods one can just notice the condition of springs by just shaking by hand or finger or with some rod or something else. So this gives a view of the condition of the springs. These are the measurements of the derailed wagon, and we can see here that these are the outer springs, which are the measurements we have taken, and this is the limit prescribed for outer, this is the limit prescribed for inner, and this is for the snubber. So here we can see that the springs are grouped from 257 to 260, 257 to 254, and likewise with a difference of 3 millimeter. And what we have tried to show here in this table is that the outer springs which fall in which category of the color code. So here outer springs we can see that they fall into two categories, or rather three categories. One is green, which is within this range, and this has got no range because 262 is not in this range. So this is in no range of prescribed limit for Casno edges. Then we have this another group of 254. So 254 falls in yellow category. So here we can see by giving the same color to the spring heights measured on the wagon, we can see that no grouping has been done, and these in the steel grey color, these do not fall in any category of the outer or inner. So here also see in inner we have got 1, 2, 3 categories, and here we have 2 categories. Of course the difference is here 1.5 mm, but here we can see the differences are much higher. So 239 to 243, that means it's something around 4 millimeter. And here we have 246. So of course this spring does not fall in any of the inner category of springs, but again the difference is too high, because the minimum difference or the maximum difference, should not be more than 3 millimeter in the same nest. So this is known as grouping, and this should be done according to this color coding prescribed for the spring. Similarly, on the second nest of the same trolley, these measurements are of the trolley which had derailed. So on the second, we are very surprised to see that the limits are for outer 260 maximum. So here we are having 264. So this does not fall. All these steel grey colored cells having the spring heights as 264, 261, 264, 261, 265, these do not fall in any of the category. Similarly, here also we see this 236, 244, 241.5, 237. So here also these two springs do not fall in any category. They are out of the range. And accordingly, when we go for a thorough analysis from the color coding and the free height comparison, it reveals that 10 out of 32 springs are at rejection and do not fall under the prescribed tolerance. No spring grouping has been followed as per color code prescribed. Springs with 7.5 mm height difference have been grouped together in a nest. So this is the condition of a derailed trolley only. The second trolley measurements were not given, but anyway, the condition does not appear to be very good with that also. So let me move to the next wagon which had derailed, and let us see how are the springs grouped in that wagon as well. This is the recording of second wagon which had derailed. These are the limits of NLB, means other than Casno 22 edges, outer, inner, and we have the snubber. So here, if we see first nest is okay, nest number 3, all belong to the same color code. When we come to the other side of the bolster, we find here 2 types of springs being grouped, and we can see the difference. And in the inner spring there are total 5, and out of 5, 4 do not fall in the recommended range of inner spring heights, See, these are 264, 263, then 263 and 263. It's a higher range, as here maximum is 262. So we have 4 out of the 14 which do not fall in any category, and the spring height difference in this nest number 4 is 7 mm against 3 mm permitted. This table shows the arrangement of springs in various gas nerve trolleys according to axle load. So for Bobyn, modified spring nest arrangement for 22.9 ton axle load is known as M1. So these are the spring arrangement. So we have here 5 outer, 5 inner, and 2 again outer, means total 7 outer, 5 inner, and 2 snubber. So 14 in all for Bobyn with 22.9 ton axle load. So this table 1.4 for hopper wagons shows Bobyn with the 22.9 ton axle load and with gas nerve edges trolley. And here again it gives the outer springs as 14, inner as 14, and snubber as 4. So it is 32 springs in all. 32 in all means on one trolley. This table shows the type of springs, its dia, call dia, free height and economic height. For all versions except 22HS, it's 245, 247 and 217, and respectively for outer, inner and snubber. And for gas nerve 22HS type of trolley, it gives us these sorts of readings, and the condemnation limits for outer is 245, for inner it's 228, and for snubber it's 278. These are free heights.
और अभी तो रुको, क्लाइमैक्स अभी बाकी है.
So the climax is here. What we can do is just to have a cross check of the unevenness. We can place the Bobyn on a level track, and from rail level we can measure the vertical height from rail level at the 4 corners of the Bobyn wagon. So after emptying, we can take these heights as well as the buffer height, but buffer height, since it's a center buffer coupling, so it won't give much of evenness, but we have to note down the vertical height of these 4 corners of the Bobyn from rail level. So that will give a fair indication about the horizontal plane if the wagon has a twist or it has a torsional effect due to differential deflection characteristics of the suspension system. So this is the climax. Well viewers, I have certain suggestions what I feel I should share, and these are some of the modifications we require, which I have listed in the upcoming slide. As we have seen, free spring height is a must. It used to be in earlier Proformas, but in the revised Proforma, only deflected height is being given. No free height is being given. Without measuring the free height of the spring as well as the deflected height, we but cannot say anything about the behavior of the suspension system. The next item is that in case of locomotives, in the same Proforma, we measure the flange wear, we measure the root wear, and we measure the tread wear with the caliper gauge. But in case of wagons and coaching stock, there is only provision to check it with the tire defective case, which is of no use. it does not give any objective value of the wear. It is just go and no go, which serves no purpose. And the next item is, we have prescribed limit of wheel diameter difference on locomotives as 1.6 and 2.5 respectively for diesel and electrical locomotives. But behind the loco, there are 26 or 24 coaches, and there are 42 or 43 wagons, wherein it is mentioned that there is no in-service tolerance of wheel diameter difference. So these are certain points which need to be raised at appropriate forum so that these amendments and disparity in the revised Proforma itself is removed and we get to a near conclusive outcome of the investigation of derailment. Well friends, thanks for watching. This is Gurjit Singh, your derailment guide. Please like, share and subscribe my channel, and do not forget to comment on the video I have made, because your comments are most valuable to me. Thanks once again.